I need to provide context, and the context is this. I actively avoid situations where I'm on camera and I know for a fact I'm going to rage like a fucking lunatic.
Okay.
Right? So here's a great example of a recent moment when I did that.
Welcome, everyone, to another episode of the Emergent Gamer Podcast, episode 199. What a landmark. We're almost at 200. How cool is
199, dude.
Very cool.
So what are we doing for 200, guys?
I don't know.
Let's throw a party. Oh, we should. You know what we should do for 200? Get back in the same room together.
Party.
How about we get back in the same room together?
That'd be a great.
We do a show with great audio.
That would be
fucking
great.
plan.
I'm Neo Ayoshi. I'm here with some two cool dudes, Trip Zero.
What up, guys? Trip Zero.
And Felix Hergood.
This is Felix Hergood.
We're also brought to you by the OG Podcast Network. Thank you for supporting.
OGPodcastNetwork.com.
That's right. Yeah, 200's next week, guys. I think
200 next week. Holy shit.
Even if we have the biggest snowstorm in the world, we got to do it.
That's 200 fucking
I'm
weeks.
Just kidding. I don't want to do that.
That's 200 weeks of our lives.
That is.
It's true. It's true. For about between an hour and 2 hours.
More overall, because there have been holidays, there have been sick times, there have been just life happening. So,
and one reading of The Night Before Christmas by Felix Hergood. So,
oh yeah,
never forget that. I played that for my family. That was great.
I thought that was someone professional, someone who was part of SAG-AFTRA who got paid
just
for
not
that.
you, Felix. Just someone professional. You know,
he had no idea it was me.
No,
I have a theater degree. All right.
No, dude, that's actually. I think that's
it was really great.
The highest low key compliment I can give you. That I thought.
I really appreciated it.
Someone was getting union fees for doing this. That's what I was assuming was happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, cool guys. Lots of stuff to talk about today in the video game world. Crazy stuff happening all around. But first,
some drama. Yeah.
So much drama. But first, let's not talk about drama. Let's talk about some cool, fun things we've been doing, like playing some cool games. So, who wants to go first? I'll let you guys flip a coin.
I don't have a coin.
I do, but nowhere near me.
Trip, you go first.
I'll go first. So we're gonna get into this a little bit later as a topic, I'm sure, to unpack a little bit. But I did dip into the Division 2 private beta, which was this weekend. But I think a more surprising random pick. I downloaded Yooka-Laylee on a whim.
What?
I don't even know what that is.
Did you get it on Switch?
I think you do. Of course I got it on the fucking Switch, dude. Why would I sit down and lock myself to a TV when I can take a world with me?
Trip. Did I tell you? I'm sorry for cutting you off. But
it's
did
okay.
I tell you?
I just want to make sure we tell Felix what this is, but ask your question.
Before the Switch existed, I kickstarted this I backed it on Kickstarter and I requested a Steam version. But now I regret it so much because Switch is the perfect version of the game.
Spelled how I think it is?
Really is, man. No, it's spelled Yooka with a dash. It's very important. Laylee. Yooka-Laylee.
And
Felix,
I got it.
Sorry, finish up.
No, it's okay. And I just want to say I'm in the credits, so my name is literally.
Oh shit!
It is forever involved in.
I got something to look forward to then.
Yes, you do. Go ahead, tell me about it.
Yeah, well, this is for Neo and for anyone else for Felix and anyone else out there who does not know what Yooka-Laylee is. Yooka-Laylee was essentially an indie game at this point. It was made by former employees of Rare. Rare
looks very much like a Rare game.
Dude, it not only looks, it plays, the dialogue, the characters, the character names. This game, for all intents and purposes, minus the developer tag on the box, is a Rare game in this classic world exploration collectathon style. So like think of Banjo-Kazooie, think of Donkey Kong 64, think of Conker's Bad Fur Day. That's what this game is.
I do like those games, by the way.
And dude, even some of the humor in this is pretty grown up. Like it's low key grown up. There's a snake
a little bit
character
of Conquerors in there. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, dude, it is. There's a snake character who sells you your new moves, and I think his name is like Trouser.
It's Trouser Snake, yeah.
It's Trouser the Snake. Yeah.
And everyone talks like
yeah.
Very classic. Very classic.
Yeah, and you develop moves as you go along, and you unlock worlds. A cool feature that this game has that the older styles of this game didn't have was the ability to unlock and grow more of your world, essentially. So like, you know how there's like a hub world, and then you go to like world 1 through that world, and then you come out and you earn a certain number of whatever the equivalent is in this world, stars, papers, the whatever you fucking got in Banjo-Kazooie. You earn enough of those things, then you can take them outside and be like, well, now this door opens and you can go up and into this new little fucking area. Well, now you can actually expand your world without leaving it to go to world 2. So you can make world 1 bigger.
Oh, really?
And get more things to do, more challenges, like new areas within that world.
But there is like a hub world still, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And they have different themed
world.
levels.
Yeah. So like when I collected enough, there's pages, because the plot is that there's this magic book that gets stolen by this evil corporation that wants to collect all the books in the world for some nefarious plot, but one book specifically. It's your book. The pages get torn. You have to collect all the pages and save the world. If you get enough pages, your choice doesn't just become, okay, I'm going to either stay here and finish World 1 or go to World 2. Your choice is stay and finish World 1 as is, expand World 1 to do even more, or go to World 2. So you can really kind of sink your teeth into one area. I decided to go to World 2 when I had that choice because there still are things in this game that are locked behind your abilities, which is, again, a classic Rare design. You won't be able to get up a hill because the hill is too steep unless you get a special rolling ability to make you not slip down.
Like a little pinch of Metroidvania in there, because
there's stuff like that. Yeah, it's gated by your actual ability to traverse the terrain or whatever.
Is it obvious that you got to do that, or do you have to figure out what the move is at some point?
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to figure out how to do it, because pretty much once you earn enough things to buy a new move from, the Trouser Snake friend, it'll tell you in the description what it does, and you go, oh, there's that fucking there's that hill I couldn't get up, so it'll just click and make sense.
That's cool.
It's cool though, man. It's really cool playing a modern version.
How does it look on
this game
on the Switch? Like, I don't know if you'll be answering to this, but does it look like it got like a graphic reduction, or does it have that?
I don't have a console reference point, so I'm not entirely sure. It looks gorgeous though.
Like a very clean version of like Banjo-Kazooie, like a very
I mean, nothing like Banjo-Kazooie in terms of graphics. It looks like a real modern day game, like what this would look like. I mean, the benefit is you don't have to go for realism, so you can make this really, really pop in a cartoon way.
Yeah, it looks like a cartoon.
Yeah, exactly. The only thing that's a little bit weird and a little bit dated, especially in 2019, is just some of the control things or some of the choices that they've made.
You think that's with them trying to go, oh, look, this is like these games like from the past?
Some things I think were intentional, but others I think are just like a byproduct of how you have to play the game, and that you can't really correct for that. I'm gonna give you a couple examples. One is the camera, but they actually gave you a modern camera option. So what is default is what they call classic camera, where you can adjust it, but it'll still swing behind you on its own to kind of like point you in the right direction or align you with something.
There was never ever a right analog stick, so that's
kind of shitty for jumps and shit at this point with how we play games. So you can actually turn that off and put it into modern camera, and it'll just stay wherever you put it, which means you have to actively rotate your camera, but that's fine. That's
modern games,
thumb does. A weird move example is again with this rolling ability that gets you up steep hills. I forget which one is which, because Yooka and Laylee, one is a lizard and one's a bat. I forget which one is which. But one of them rolls up into a ball, and the bat kind of like runs around on top as if it was like a moving log, like a cartoon with its feet scrambled. You say you get up a hill and you want to make a move. There's like this ramp, then there's a ramp up here, right? And you have to like hop from this to the other ramp. You can shift your camera to align yourself for that jump the way we would do in games.
Yeah.
If your character is still pointing to the left though, and you press forward, it'll go to the left, but have to veer around to the center. It's wherever your character is pointing in roll mode that makes it a little bit weird in those tight turning situations. That's one really weird specific example. That's not even that huge of a deal, but it just like a little bit of a clunky movement choice for a 3D platformer. But I feel like it's something that you would encounter back on the day, and it's like, well, I just got to fucking get over it and learn how to do it.
That's the game like retaining its history, you know?
You said this is a remade game.
No,
they made this from scratch,
but it
without working for Rare.
It's like an homage to like the Banjo-Kazooies, you know? It's like
got it.
It's like a direct like, hey, remember these games were people love these games. We're making you guys. We're the guys that made them. We're making you guys a new one.
Yeah, and it didn't come out on the Switch until I don't know how recently, but recently compared to the other.
It was
there was
not
a
offered
console
on
and a Steam
Kickstarter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I think you know what it was. They were offering a Wii U version on the Kickstarter.
They were.
At the time.
I forgot about that, dude. Yeah.
And
then that, of course, got canceled. And
that, of course, got
canceled.
Like, yeah.
We'll make this a Switch game one day.
And they did.
Yeah.
Well, maybe it was originally designed for the Wii U, and then
well, they were going to release it on all platforms. Like when you backed them on Kickstarter, you could choose what platform you wanted it for. I picked Steam at the time because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna play it on PC. That's what I got. I didn't have a Switch. Switch wasn't even an idea in anyone's head at that point in time. But yeah, I would totally, if I could, transfer it to Switch and then just play it there.
I know. But I mean, I took the train up to New York to visit my brother this weekend, and all I could
all your tweets.
All I could do when I was riding the train, I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking sit here and play Banjo. I almost said Banjo-Kazooie. Play Yooka-Laylee. It's a lot of fun. I'm excited to kind of dig more into that world.
That's cool. Yeah, train rides, man. That's like the Switch is like born for the train rides.
I know.
I'm a laundromat kind of Switch guy.
Dude, perfect.
That's a great use for it too.
Perfect.
Yeah. Sit, chill. Got the whole fucking thing right there.
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
All right. What else, Trip? Is that
No, I mean that's all I really got into. I mean, like, you know, the Division.
We're gonna talk about the Division for sure.
Yeah. I've been kind of digging through SteamWorld Dig because I really like those games, and I got that on the Switch as well. But I already played that on the 3DS when it came out, so it's kind of just like rehashing.
So I did this thing where I played when I first got the Switch. I got SteamWorld Dig 2 first. Played through all of it, and I actually talked about it on the show. And after we discussed it, I went back and I bought the first one, and I was like, this is like a regression of the game I just played, and it was very hard for me to like stick with it. But like, I loved every minute of SteamWorld Dig 2. Like it was
it's a cool concept.
It was such a great game. But yeah.
Yeah, you spoke very highly of it on a couple of shows previously.
Yeah, that was when I first got the Switch, and I was like riding really high on my like Switch, like, man, this thing is crazy cool.
It still is, man. It's still crazy cool.
It still is. All right, Felix, what you got? What you been playing?
First thing I'm gonna state, just so everyone's fucking clear.
I'm so ready. I'm bracing myself.
Let's go, dude.
I don't enjoy getting angry while I stream. I don't enjoy that.
I thought. I thought that was like your whole shtick.
This turned into a real.
Let's roll it back.
Announcement right here.
Let's roll it back and realize
this is me.
That Felix Hergood worries about his health. So me getting ragey on stream, is a byproduct that's super honest, not at all a shtick, and I don't like when it happens. You may think that I like it, but
that's
I don't.
Honestly good to hear overall. Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was like you probably didn't like it, but like at the same time you were very much like this is Felix Hergood, like this is me.
No, I don't like it at all. So I have a tendency because of that.
Now I feel bad.
No, don't feel bad. I just
People
need
find
to
entertainment.
I need to provide context, and the context is this. I actively avoid situations where I'm on camera and I know for a fact I'm going to rage like a fucking lunatic.
Okay.
Right? So here's a great example of a recent moment when I did that.
It's a great transition, honestly.
I played, and I'll segue into the thing about the collapsing circle in just a second.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Wow. So
I didn't just play. I got the trophy for Frugalist in Resident Evil 2 Remake. I don't know if you know.
What is that trophy?
I did look through the list, but I have a couple guesses. Can I guess what Frugalist is? Frugalist is it like it's either a certain number of items or less, or it's like no healing items. It's one of those things, I believe.
It's the
That
latter.
right.
It's you can't use a single healing item throughout your entire playthrough.
Wait,
That's wild, dude. You did this.
You did this?
Yeah, I posted it in the Emergent Gamer Discord.
I saw. I didn't really
all that I fucking did. All I did was post in the Emergent Gamer. No words, no text, just the picture of the trophy to see if anyone
your
knew
phone across the room and smash it against the wall.
I just need.
I
to
watched
tell
you play it, man.
If you're gonna try this, you should not do what I did. I picked Leon. Big mistake. Huge. The Super Tyrant is one of the hardest fights I've done off stream.
Wait,
I didn't do
who's
it.
Super Tyrant?
The Super Tyrant is
that the train
Leon fights,
where the train car has to swing and knock the guy off the thing.
Super Tyrant is the guy with the cap and the jacket who chases you through the building, punching you. At the end,
Mr. X.
Mr. X. He's called Super Tyrant. That's his name.
Is it?
People on forums call him Super Tyrant.
Oh, okay. Well, he's not the tyrant from Resident Evil 1, and he is.
That's
I can.
what they call
Okay.
him.
Yeah. No,
I think when Mr. X becomes Super Tyrant, he's called Super Tyrant, and prior to that, he's called Mr. X.
Oh, you're talking about like spoilers. First of all, people that have not played this and want to play this, earmuffs for like I don't know, a few minutes.
You're talking about like we didn't even say the game what we were talking about.
Resident Evil 2. Yeah.
I'm talking about Resident Evil 2 remake.
You're talking about the boss, right? Felix, like when he's like an actual, you're on the elevator and you have to fight him.
Yeah, there's an elevator that's sliding down, and then if you get him to a low enough amount of health, then your friend throws down a rocket launcher and end the fight.
That's the end of the game, essentially.
That's the very last fight.
Wait, that's not Birkin.
No, not Birkin. The end of Leon's campaign.
Leon fights Birkin and that dude.
Right.
He fights two characters. Claire only fights.
You get the rocket launcher,
Birkin.
you shoot him, and then it's literally the end of the game. You do nothing else. It's like, congrats.
Gotcha.
Everyone's dead.
Oh my god, I totally finished Leon's campaign first.
Did you black out, dude?
And I think I'm misremembering the end now.
You ripped the hell out of that vape and you blacked out.
You remember he's like running around. You're on a small platform,
right?
And
I'm with you 1,000%, Felix.
And he goes into this like rage mode where he's just like, and then he runs at you and scrapes a claw on the ground to kill you instantly.
I remember.
Wait, this is Mr. X you're talking about, not William Birkin.
Not William Birkin. Post William Birkin. Did you not finish the game?
I did.
You must have not finished the game.
Whoa, hey now. I finished Leon and then Claire's B campaign. But
yeah, so
I remember Mr. X, honestly, spoilers, but he ate shit a lot earlier in the game. And didn't come back, and then William Birkin took his place, and then Birkin kept mutating.
In my playthrough, the part with the plants.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Mr. X breaks through the glass.
Yes.
He breaks through the glass, and he
yes.
starts chasing you.
And he starts chasing you around. Yeah.
And then as you're escaping, you fight Birkin.
Yes.
In a big circular
room.
Yes.
And then the elevator where you're actually escaping completely out of there.
Mr. X
comes out, and that's what they call the Super Tyrant, and that's the final boss fight.
Yes, I remember, and it's in that room. Okay,
we did it, guys.
And there's items all around the room.
You gotta put. There's like these two circular things.
Yep.
They're like batteries or whatever that you got to put into like a console.
Wait, what do you have to do again, Felix? With what this? I just want to make sure we know what we're doing with circular batteries.
You put them in the console, and then it starts, and then an elevator goes down kind of at a 45-degree angle.
Mm.
And at that point,
like the Metal Gear Solid elevator.
At that point,
it is exactly.
And at that point,
Metal Gear.
The Super Tyrant jumps down, and
Metal
he's
Gear
like
Rex.
ripping out of his jacket, and he's like got like a heart, and you got to shoot the heart. Well, anyway, I played that and didn't use one health thing through the whole playthrough. And let me the only way to let me just tell you, the only way to do it is to do it on assistant. That's the only way to. You had to, because you get your health back to caution.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking like you're playing this on hardcore too. I'm like, I don't know how you.
No.
Even normal it would be hard because you can't recover your health ever.
Right.
So you would have to do it on assistant.
So
do you recover on assisted?
Yeah.
Just to caution. Just to caution. So it's still with the Super Tyrant. So you're clear. With the Super Tyrant, it's still a 2-hit kill. He hits you, If he hits you again, you're dead.
You're dead, right?
So you have to spend a lot of time just avoiding him.
You can tank one, and then hopefully you recover before you have to take another one.
Let me just tell you, I went into this fight, and this is what I had in inventory because how fucking stupid I was. I had about 46 bullets in reserve and 25 in a clip, right? For that gun that fires Matilda.
Matilda, yeah.
I had 1 grenade, no flashbangs whatsoever. I had knives, but you can't use them on him.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's it. That's all I had.
No!
Pea shooter. No, I had 2 Magnum rounds.
Oh, gotta save those.
It. So a grenade, 2 Magnum rounds. Okay, he goes into like a rage mode 3 times. The only way to stop him in rage mode, true story, is to hit him in the head with a mag round, or throw a grenade at him or a flashbang. That's it. Rage mode kills you instantly. So I didn't realize this, and I would waste like the magnums. So a couple times through, I died quickly because I kept wasting the mag rounds. But I had to basically run away from him until he went into rage mode, then shoot a magnum in his head, and that would throw him off. Then run away from him, shoot him with a mag, and then the last thing I did was a grenade, and that's what got to the cutscene that ended it.
Did you do this playthrough just to earn this trophy?
Yeah. And I also got, which is just as easy on assisted mode. I was going for the one where you have to do under 14,000 steps.
Sure.
I did not. Dude, I blew by that. It was like 20,000 steps. I have no idea how to do that 14,000 steps one.
Yeah, you've got to just have the most optimized speed run at that point.
I mean, I was following a guide, but the guy was a fucking idiot who wrote it.
Hey, you got the trophy, so you got a trophy for it, so.
Yeah.
No. It was the guide for the footsteps.
Gotcha.
Like, he was saying go here. But you know what he didn't account for?
What?
Any of the boss fights. So the
guy didn't, Mr. X blocking your path.
Yeah.
You don't stand still in the Mr. X fight. You don't stand still in the William Birkin fight. You don't stand still in the first fight with the big fucking container where you got to knock the guy down. Right. So all those times I walked excessively. I don't even know how somebody accomplishes that trophy.
It's just, I guess it's about being efficient with like your movement. It's hard
even within the police station, like don't dodge excessively. Just try to almost like, how like a racer tries to take the inside corner to like.
Yeah. Don't nervous walk
drive on this road.
Like don't move your character's stick back and forth when you're waiting for something like an elevator.
Oh yeah. True.
Like I do all that bullshit. The other trophy I got was the minimalist one where you don't open the safe boxes. So I didn't do that either the whole time.
Wow.
But it was all unassisted. So I would say most of that was a breeze until I got to those final fights. Those were the hardest. But anyway, back to my comment. I'll be brief and then we can move on. But my comment about closing circles. Analogous to this, I didn't play this on stream. This would have been something I played on stream if I happened to be doing an Assassin's Creed Odyssey stream. But right before we went live for the show, I lost for the 3rd time to the Minotaur in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I nearly wanted to break my table in half. Like, because in that fight, the Minotaur fights you for a little bit, then breaks the room and it turns into a smaller room.
Gotcha.
And that kind of pressure level does not do well. I don't work well under that kind of pressure. I don't get better. I get angry, and I fucking hate it. So I can imagine doing a 100-player like thing, and that's circle condensing, and me just feeling all this like crazy heart racing pressure.
It is an constant factor in battle royales that you watch out for. Dude. Yeah. You honestly, you learn to get used to like following the circle and using the circle to your advantage, but
you describing your experience with that just sounds like, an aneurysm.
It's honestly, it's what makes those games like super fun to me because you're constantly put in this like high pressure situation. It gets my heart rate up. It makes me like think on my toes. My reactions are all like.
I'm already an up person.
Makes you think you're.
I don't need it. I'm already a pretty active up person, so
I think you should give Apex Legends a try. Just like it's free.
The argument people make is it's free. Okay.
Do it for one day on your stream. Like be like, hey, today I'm just gonna.
I would not. There's no way in hell I would start with that game on a stream.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
definitely start that game off stream, try it out, see how I feel, and then consider it.
Okay, that's fair. There's a little bit of a learning curve with like ammo types and guns. And,
yeah, that's another reason. I wouldn't want to like go into, because this is a very popular game.
Yeah.
People coming in, they expect to see somebody who's playing half decently.
It's a week old though. Like I don't know if you can expect like that many people to get that used to it.
No.
You know?
I wouldn't want people to think that I expect myself to be like this like Apex legend immediately.
Ooh.
But,
yeah, I see what you did there, Felix.
So that's all I've been doing is Assassin's Creed and Resident Evil 2, and I put Resident Evil 2 down because getting that trophy was like a nightmare.
Dude, I'm really happy you enjoyed it as much as you did.
Well, the other thing I did in Resident Evil 2 is I started a hardcore. I'm trying.
I watched you stream this day. Yeah.
No.
Oh no, it's different.
I started a Claire hardcore off stream, where I'm following an actual guide with a dude to try and get an S+ rating.
Whoa. Okay.
I'm halfway through. I'm to the I don't know if this is halfway, but I'm to the chief's office. Is that halfway? In other words, the person, you can only save 3 times with 3 ribbons to get an S+ save through, and you got to do it. You got to do it under 2 hours and 30 minutes. The guy whose video I'm following did it in an hour and 50 minutes. So he's like got a world's best. I'm not trying to get a world's best, but I picked an hour and 50 because then I could like have fuck ups, you know what I mean? And still maybe achieve the goal.
There's some leeway. Yeah.
Right. So there's a 40-minute leeway for me, and I'm only 10 minutes behind the dude in time.
I mean, like his playthrough happened for him a specific way. Anything can happen in any playthrough. A zombie.
No, I know.
You know, you could make a misstep or.
I know, but like I said, for the record, this guy did it in an hour and 50, and I'm only 10 minutes behind him, and I've made it to the chief's office.
Okay.
But I'm doing it like one step at a time. You know, what did he do? Okay, watch the video. I'm not going to do all that shit on stream. I just want to see if I can get that trophy one day.
Damn. I do want to start my Claire playthrough. That would be.
I have to do that too, man. There's too much shit.
There is too much shit. It's true.
Claire is undeniably way easier than Leon. Has 2 boss fights at the end. Like Claire is so much easier than Leon. If you're gonna do that crazy hardcore shit, do it on Claire.
Do it on Claire.
Yeah.
Well, Claire A is my next playthrough, so that's what I would be doing. But I can't do it, or I haven't done it yet because I've been hooked on this new game that came out,
which is
Apex Legends, which we already briefly talked on.
Segue.
Boom. So it's been a week since we talked about it. It came out last Tuesday. It's now Tuesday now.
It is now Tuesday.
It is now. I spent a lot of time with it aside from another game we're going to talk about next, which will be the Division 2 beta. But Apex Legends, man, it's good. I mean, there's not like, what else can I say about it except it's another evolution of the battle royale games. To me it feels like a mixture of the blackout mode from Call of Duty that they released this year and a mixture of certain Overwatch elements. I feel like I'm rehashing last week, but it's really cool how they brought all these things together and made it a really cohesive game. Now, for you, Felix, I think you would like it because, or maybe not, but it does require you to be in a team of 2 other people. So, like, you can't just solo the game. You're always with a team of people.
You can get match made. It does match make.
It does match make you.
So you can rando with some.
You can see that as a positive or negative. I think you have enough people that watch you on stream that would be more than happy to join you and show you the ropes.
You might be able to hop into what we call a backpack, where where people that are a little bit more skilled than you are really making the plays and the decisions, and you're just kind of following along, doing the thing.
Oh, that's what I like to call lock and key. He's
Lock and Key
he's very much
is our Destiny 2 Crucible backpack a lot of times.
I played Apex Legends with him last night, and I was like,
wait,
"Hey, Locke, you tell me where we want to go. I'm just gonna follow you and shoot things in your wake." What's gonna happen.
He's the backpack because he's wearing the backpack, and you guys are.
And you're in the backpack, and he's carrying you to the win.
I would love to say I'm the Yoda, but I'm really not the Yoda. I'm really just the C-3PO that's crushed in Chewbacca's
I'm the
backpack.
food that Luke is trying to eat frozen on the planet.
Exactly.
That's what I am.
Exactly.
You remember when
scenario?
You
fish stick that he's banging on. Hard to.
Do you remember
it's
when
a level of skill I have?
I tried to be Lock and Key's backpack or be in his backpack for the trials, and we kept trying to.
I was there. It was us on Xbox.
You're right, and then we never did it. And then I heard that you guys went in with. I don't know if it was
without you and
no, it wasn't because I never went to the lighthouse. But like him, Crow, and I think someone else.
Yeah,
they were
someone
just like,
else just was like, we got to do this.
Flawless trials.
I can't play with Felix and Trip anymore, so I'm just gonna go and get it. And he went in and just said, fuck it, I'll get it.
There's some good clips I have on my Xbox app from those moments of time.
Yes.
Oh, I mean, I put them on YouTube. There's a ton of them. Yeah. Go ahead.
It'd be good. It'd be good to go back and watch those because I have not seen those days of yours.
Good tent.
But to add on to what I was saying to you, Felix, was so you could hate that it match makes, or I think rather it's actually kind of cool because they added the ping system is something that's like very crucial to the experience, and it does everything. Like you don't have to talk to your party like at all because the ping system is
great.
It's so context sensitive. You can ping something in your inventory, and then your character will say, "Hey, I need some light ammo. Does anyone know where I can find some?" And then a player will ping an item on the ground, and then your character go, "Hey, light ammo over here," and then it'll highlight on the world. Dude, it's the best. You can do it at enemies. You can mark enemies. Oh, I think I saw some doors open over here. Hey, players are in this area. Your character says everything just from looking at it and clicking a button.
I always have to go into most social games when I'm a streamer to turn off being able to hear other assholes who are racist, homophobic, all that shit. I can't have any of that crap when I'm live streaming, so I always have to turn all those fucks off. And if I don't have to do this in Apex Legends, then that would be great.
Not to mention where the Overwatch part of this game comes in is you pick a specific class, and each of these characters have a very specific set of voice lines and personality, as well as techniques and skills that you bring into the fight. And so any ping you do, any context sensitive thing you do, they will inject their own like funny personality into it. So like you're literally listening to your characters having banter with each other on the battlefield, and it's great.
It's pretty cool.
It adds a lot. It adds a lot to it.
Good, actually.
Yeah, and the characters are really fun to play. I find myself fluctuating between the robot. I still don't know their names. I'm sorry. It's literally a week old.
Do I have to build things fast?
No, there's no building. It is.
Thank God.
It pretty much feels like a Call of Duty kind of game. It's made from the Titanfall parts, but they took away the things that made Titanfall cool, like wall running and Titans. So
I was gonna say like Titans.
Like Titans. They're not there, unfortunately. But you can still like slide downhill and gravity will carry you faster. You can put your guns away to run faster. You can climb pretty much the same height as your character's body. So like if there's a wall that's a little bit above your head, you can still hold the jump button at the wall and grab pretty much over your head. So you know there's a good climbing ability. You're not like just stuck to the ground. The robot character has grappling hooks, and his ultimate ability is he sets up a zip line. So you provide ultimate like mobility for your party. You can get to high places really quickly and take your party with you.
Pretty cool. That's kind of like Battlefield.
Yeah, each character has like a specific role to play, and they're adding. There's like 8 right now. I think there's 8. I'm pretty sure.
And they've said they're adding more.
2 are locked behind, I guess, a paywall. You'd have to like either grind for them in the game or buy them with money or whatever.
Oh, got it.
So that's the whole thing. But yeah, they said every 3 months updates. Yeah,
I don't know.
It's worth a try, man. Not a whole lot of commitment there.
It's free. Literally zero investment, just time.
Yeah.
I got into some really. I want to see. There were so many moments, especially last night and a few nights ago, when we were playing it. there were so many moments where we got into second place and almost got there at the end.
Oh, almost there, dude.
Yeah,
what do they call it when you win?
I think
they
say you're the champion. I think.
They don't.
Or you're a legend. I don't know.
You're a legend.
I haven't won yet, so I honestly.
You know what was interesting? I haven't hopped in here yet, but I have it downloaded, ready to go.
Dad.
But my roommate's been playing upstairs on the PS4, and I was watching him start a game, and it shows you like the most successful squad that's in your game. Is that a normal thing? Like he was going through, like the game was like you're playing with these people, and it showed the team of 3 that I think had the most kills or the most games that have been played, like essentially the most skilled people that are going to be in your whole collective battle.
Right. Yeah, and
that was a really interesting thing that it did.
There are like billboards everywhere.
Like stat billboards.
Yep,
You can see who's doing what.
And you see the players like emblem and if they're the top killer or the top scorer for the match currently. And the game will actively go the champion has been killed. The new champion is blah blah blah. So like they're constantly reminding you of the battlefield and like how the flow of battle just constantly changes. Dude, one of the games we went in with Locke, because at the beginning of the match, every match you get a specific amount of time to pick each of your classes, 1, 2, 3 in that order, and then it'll show you your squad and your stats at the bottom, and then it'll go this is the match's champion, and then it'll show another squad with
That's
that
what I was
person.
talking about.
Yeah. So that, but throughout the match, it does it too. It keeps reminding you who it was.
Damn.
One match we got in at first, it was like me, Diamond, and Locke, or it was either Locke, it was either Diamond or Channing, but Locke was definitely there because it said these are your match champions, and it was Locke's fucking plate right in the middle, and then me and I guess it was either Channing or Diamond, and I was like, "Are you serious, Locke? You've already gotten like 50 kills in this game? Like, I can't believe it. It's insane."
I hope that was a screenshot.
I didn't take it. I hope it was on stream because I don't know.
Yeah.
It was.
So grab that.
I played so many matches of it already. I don't even
grab that footy.
But yeah, that's Apex, man. I am very happy that there's another battle royale for me to sink my teeth into after much PUBG.
I saw a really funny tweet that had Fortnite and Apex next to each other in the Twitch directory. There was a difference of maybe like 10,000 viewers. They're both in like the high 100,000s. Like one was maybe like 650 and the other was like 660. And then like that was the top of the picture, and the bottom was when what's his name from the Matrix, the little kid Mouse, when he ran into the room and he's like, "Guys, Morpheus is fighting Neo."
Yes, that's a great tweet.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my god, it's true though.
Perfect.
It's real true.
Perfect.
So that's the big hot stuff right now, but there's more hot stuff. Let's talk about some Division 2 beta, which was this weekend.
Yeah, that was this weekend. The private beta.
Yeah, you needed exclusive invites.
Can we talk about it?
Yeah, there's no NDA.
Yeah, it's not an alpha.
It's not like the Anthem thing.
You got into this by buying the game early, so it's not really.
Where do you want to start, Trip? How far did you get in the beta?
I did the first mission, the story mission. I did the mission that they guide you to after that. And then I just kind of shot around in the world. See, remember I was visiting my brother this weekend, so I didn't have a lot of time to actually dive in.
True.
I really just wanted to get a feel for things, to kind of like check out some of the abilities, some of the progression. I know they added things to this throughout the weekend, and I didn't get to touch any of that. I didn't touch multiplayer, didn't touch their end game sample.
That was a big surprise.
It was really just kind of exploring DC and kind of feeling out the world a little bit.
So you had access to all of DC?
No, I don't know.
No,
they didn't.
There were cutoff points to the world.
I didn't find a cutoff point, but they are there.
Oh, I did, and it freaking teleports you back to like the middle of the street.
Oh, really? Does
yeah,
it just
it's
like
ridiculous.
Shoot you right off?
Which is fine, but
what about Independence Mall?
I mean, that's there
with the reflecting pool.
Oh,
I mean, I think the
that
water
was not in the beta.
I don't know.
That was
the water is gone, maybe.
So the Lincoln statue isn't there or anything.
From the map, I believe you can look upon it.
You can see the Washington Monument. Yeah.
I want to say it's Dark Zone South, but from what I saw on the map, but
no, it
is. Okay, yeah,
I guess I'm going to say spoiler, but it's not really a spoiler because it's the first thing you do in the game. You fight your way up the White House lawn. Mm-hmm. And then you hop into the White House. That's your base of operations.
Pretty cool reveal because you don't actually know where you're starting in the beginning. It just throws you in, and you're fighting your way up the lawn, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I am on the lawn of the White House.
Yeah, that's a few blocks away from where I'm referring to, so I don't know.
No, yeah. I believe, honestly, I believe that location is Dark Zone.
I'm talking
South.
about where I'm talking. Yeah, I'm talking about where the Smithsonian is.
No,
that
I know.
will all be there, Felix. I don't know if we had full access to it in the game.
We only had two sectors east of the White House.
Full release will be a 1-to-1 Washington D.C. New York in Division 1 was not 1-to-1. It was close.
It was
but
very close.
Once you got uptown, they would skip streets, or things would be like slightly shortened for that game perception of like feeling like you're there, but actually not killing the player by realizing you got to actually run up fucking 40 streets. DC, they've said, is 1-to-1. And it includes downtown DC and some peripheral residential neighborhoods. And some of those there's I think 3 different Dark Zone sections along the map perimeters and stuff.
The west, the east, and the south ones, yeah. So Trip, what did you think of, just from initial impressions, what did you think of moving from New York, wintry New York, a Black Friday bare New York, to DC in like kind of like a summerish time?
I love both of those cities.
Yeah.
In terms of like their backdrops and being there in real life. I've been to both multiple times and know them pretty well, including DC. Like me and X would actually bike hop the free bike share things where you like didn't have to pay anymore if you got to one within a certain amount of time. So that was a fun little like adventure, just like pay once and ride bikes all day. So like I recognized all the areas and it felt really, really natural. I was kind of worried actually about coming out of winter though, because the winter vibe was such a cool bleak backdrop to the New York setting,
really
to what happened
stage for Division for
with
me. Yeah.
the viral outbreak and like everyone just fighting for survival, and you have to survive in cold. Like it adds an aesthetic thing. So like visually, there was no added weight from the time of year. It was a little bit jarring because obviously society falls apart at Black Friday, and you're only 3 months, 4 months, whatever, after the settings of Division 1. So you're still within that first calendar year. And it's getting warmer. It's the spring. But like society fell apart. So like all the Christmas shit is still there.
Yeah.
That's a little bit jarring, seeing all the decorations that are still laying.
No one's cleaned up.
No, dude, there's more important shit to do. People are fucking shooting at you for food. So no one's going to take that candy cane down. It's just going to stay there. And it adds a cool little like vibey aesthetic. I love being in the White House as your base of operations. That's a cool little aspect of it too. So like that setting I'm excited for, but the time of year is kind of like, it's kind of meh. It's more like the visuals of it.
Right.
But you spend a lot of time inside buildings too. And at that point, it might as well just be more Division 1. Sure. From a visual aesthetic point.
To the way I feel like Division 2 is kind of making up for the lack of its winter storms and its like crazy weather conditions is I experienced a lot of crazy weather effects in my time playing it. In
Division 2.
In Division 2, I saw like torrential downpours. There were like hazes and fogs and different like weather changing atmosphere things.
Right.
Yeah.
Patterns, whatever you want to call them.
And it did constantly affect the change. I honestly was very much attached to the winter quietness of Division 1, and I really, really did learn to love that like environment. But this one I can see it being a little like a little more different because of the time it takes place, and 3 months later everyone's still coming out of the woodwork and now they're all fighting. It's for one thing, the world does seem more active than it did in Division 1. I'll tell you that straight up.
Absolutely.
They have put places on the map that are like places you can contest for and fight over, and then constant faction warfare happens. I know there's gonna be like 3 factions in the game that you're fighting with, and that will make you running out in the world more valuable.
Yeah, in the beginning video, they kind of highlight the state of the world, but then the people that are still antagonizing the world for their own purposes.
Yeah, it's very nice. A few things I did notice was they actually changed the movement up a whole lot in the game too. Rolling feels a lot slower, and a lot of the way you activate skills is a lot different too, which was like pretty jarring at first to me as well. A few of the skills they give you like the roller mine, a little ball that like rolls and it picks a target and then blows up. Well, in this one, it does not do the same thing. You hit the button to activate it, and it will drop next to you. And then you actually have to use your reticle to aim and then target the direction you want it to go. You have to be more precise with your skills. Yeah.
I used the turret. The turret is the one that I picked, so I didn't go with the rolly ball at first.
Did you pick the assault turret or the sniper turret?
The assault turret.
So the assault turret just seems like it does the same action from the first.
You just drop and it shoots at people that are running at you. Yeah. The
sniper turret, however, is you put it down, but it also requires you to aim your reticle at a target and then activate it with the gadget button.
Now that thematically makes more sense for a sniper turret. I think the tracking roly-bally grenade should still just do what it needs to do.
Track and rolly and then blow up. Yeah.
Is it you got to be on the specific target, or can you just do a general area?
So yeah,
when it's smart enough to find it.
When you drop it on the ground, it'll put a little circle on the ground when you aim. So and then it'll attach for PC players. For me, it attached the E key, which is what that skill is bound to. And you just hit that, and then it will make its way to that mark. Now, I wasn't so great with it because you actually have to, make sure that enemy stays in that location. If he's a moving enemy and you trigger the bomb and the ball gets there too late, you're screwed. It doesn't auto-target anymore. You have to be more precise with your skills.
Does it unlock the auto-target later, maybe?
That's a great question. No idea.
Possibly.
That's something that it could be, but
because I remember that game. In that game you would find did you find attachments that could unlock parts, or did you?
Well, as for your guns had like a lot of modability, and that's still there.
I just don't remember if you could mod the special stuff.
So like you would have the rollerball, and then like the rollerball skill, and then you would have 3 modifications you could add to
Right.
So
you could probably eventually it can become probably homing.
Yeah, the two that were offered in the demo were the airburst, which was like kind of like a little fire carpet bomb rollerball, and then the other one was just a straight up explosion. And that I believe you still had to aim and click. The only thing I saw that was auto targeting was the healing drone, which was a really cool skill. That's a brand new skill in the game, which I loved using because you activate it, it just floats above you, healing you.
I liked the idea of the drones.
Yeah.
As a mechanic in the game.
And then you could tell it to go on a friend. So like you could look at a friend, hit the button, and then it'll just float above him while he's pushing the enemy or whatever. Use it very, really cool. Very tactically. The second ability
it
on
made
the drone,
more sense diegetically in the story than throwing you throw a bag at someone in Division 1, and then it's just like
hits the ground.
Everyone in this area gets healed. Where this is like a more technological. It makes sense. You can target and apply something to someone else.
I love it. Yeah.
It's a little bit more. I mean, it's still a video game. Obviously, it doesn't really matter that much, but it's cool to like have something in world that exists and makes it a little bit more believable.
Yeah, you can also tell it to heal friendly turrets and friendly equipment.
Oh, you can do that too? Heal equipment?
Oh, totally.
That's dope.
It's so cool.
That's really cool.
Must be nanotech.
Must be.
Nano machines.
Yeah. Nano machines. Kernel.
So and the second ability on the drone was a carpet bomb. So essentially you would, just like the ball, look at an area, hit the target, and then it would just fly by and just drop some ordnance or whatever. I ended up using the sniper turret a lot. The sniper turret and the healing drone a lot in my playthrough. So you get to play up to level 7. That was like the level cap, and then the demo pretty much finished with the beta, I should say, pretty much finished with a tutorial in the Dark Zone, and they let you play around the Dark Zone PvPing with other players. Unfortunately, I got to that, but I did not get to spend a whole lot of time in the Dark Zone. I did 1 or 2 rounds just running around enjoying myself. PvP is still pretty hard in the game. Definitely use cover now. I think because they tweaked the movement a little bit. It feels a little bit different than the other game. People wouldn't play it like they would PvE. They would jump out of cover and strafe and roll and do all that
and get right up in front of you and shotgun. I was watching some streams doing that. Yeah.
So I feel like they're trying to tweak the gameplay and the movement so that you don't rely on kind of running up to someone and doing that. Like they're trying to discourage that through the way they changed everything. One thing that they did unlock right at the end of the beta, and I really wish I had more time to play this parts. But we're lucky enough to have another beta coming up soon. There's one on March 1st.
It's true, March 1st. Yeah, that's the same. Assuming it's the same content, but it's public. You don't have to have anything pre-ordered. You can just download and play this. Probably any console.
I really hope so, because on the final day, I guess this was, they introduced the 4 endgame classes. So they actually give you a choice to play as a few of the specializations that they're offering.
And
for the endgame.
You're fully geared at this point. They give you
They give you, and then they let you do a lot of PvP missions, and they let you do an endgame, I want to say like a strike, like an incursion, or whatever they're calling their version of strikes. And it seems like when you pick your specialization, you're like a demolition man. They give you like a grenade launcher, and there's a sharpshooter. They give you a big ass sniper rifle, and then the last one was like survivalist, I want to say, and it was like you get a crossbow. I think it was it a crossbow?
Yeah.
And that is a 4th weapon that you get attached to your loadout of guns.
Oh, yeah, so you can cycle through 4 instead of 3.
However, I believe the ammo for the 4th gun is very much limited, and it's like your special gun. It's like your very very much like I want to say it replaces your super ability that they give you.
Holy shit!
I don't know yet. I need to play it more. But everything I played, it has me like, I'm like, hey, I love Division 1, man. I put tons of hours into that game. I'm ready for more. I'm ready to see what else you got. Yeah. And it looks like they're changing it up.
So Neo's ready. Trip, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You're playing. You got Anthem on the brains.
I do.
How would this mess with your Anthem and Destiny?
Only time will tell, dude. I mean, the one saving grace is that they're coming out. So Anthem is Thursday at 5:30 p.m. I will be live for that.
I can't wait to watch you play it. I'm very excited for that.
There's that. There's Anthem, but a month later, then we get the Division. So my immediate attention will be, how do I prioritize Anthem while maintenancing Destiny? And then in a month or so, I'm sure I'll have enough of a grip on Anthem to be like, okay, am I playing this game still? Am I done everything? Is there something I'm working towards? We'll know more about the life cycle of that game. So then I'll be able to say, all right,
definitely.
How am I going to?
I'd hope.
Now you get the third ball, and now you're juggling. Like, how do I put Division into this as the primary, and see where that?
I know that juggle
folds in. Yeah, I know you've been juggling games your entire career. But I'm definitely it's the third game that I'm excited for out of the 3, because around that same time, Destiny 2 is going to have Joker's Wild. The next season of content is going to come out too. So it'll be a very interesting time of prioritization. But the reason that I'm excited for Division at all is because we have all the people that are in our Discord and our community that's been growing amazingly to play with, which I think really makes a difference in a game like the Division more so than the other ones. Like, all of these games have
Anthem and Destiny seem like they have a really high level of socialization.
They do, but from what I've played personally, and this is again probably more so a personal opinion, but I'm gonna go into a little bit. I think the Division itself is predicated on group play more so than Anthem is. Anthem will make you really effective as a group and comboing, but you can matchmake and combo with yourself. So either of those options, and the focus in Anthem is going to be the story, right? Destiny has a lot of solo style games that they design just for you. You can always do the story solo. You can matchmake with a lot of the content, or get led through for some higher end activities. And only the peak pinnacle things are meant to be grouped, raids and nightfalls and stuff like that. The Division has never been fun for me unless I'm on mic talking with everyone that I'm with, running through anything cooperative. The story has had zero impact. Like, it was cool to kind of color the world, but the world always seemed stacked more against you as a solo player.
That's so funny.
Than it was when it was a squad.
My favorite times to play the first Division was like alone in a snowy night by myself, just like running through the vacant streets of New York, just like trying to find survivors or take care of mugger or the thugs or whatever.
Dude, I get it. Like I would put on headphones and like disappear into Nessus when Destiny 2 first came out with doing nothing, playing with no one. So it all just depends on what draws you in to a game. Yeah, for sure. And I don't think Division 2, it's like in its new setting and its new play styles is different enough for me to play by myself. But with all of you, I'm very excited for it.
Definitely group play is a high factor of Division for me. Don't get me wrong. I do love the group play, and I'm very much looking forward to playing with everybody.
I won't be there.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
You dick. Just pick it up and play with the controller, you dick.
Yeah.
Well, it's not crossplay, right?
No. You have to get it on PC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To play with us.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting too
Sad
because
the
Division will be more like growing your character and unlocking skills and defining your path and then growing towards that path. Well, I feel like Anthem is more like piecemeally, and you can make your loadouts and get drops that have different things you want and like be ready for different styles of gameplay on the fly.
Toward the end of Division 1, there was a lot of min-maxing going on with gear. You were looking for god. You were totally looking for god rolls, and I had I played with Diamond Jab's been playing a lot of Division 1 lately. Hopping in with him, I'm looking at my character from last year, and I'm like, man, I had 3 different sets of this, and I'm looking for the better pieces of these gears so I can make my build better.
That's what it all comes down to, I think.
Oh yeah, heavy RPG nature to
in any of these games. You're going to be looking for the thing that's going to take you to the next level of whatever style you want to play as.
Oh man, I'm ready for more, man. I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
I don't know. I'm ready. I'm ready for it. I wasn't, but the beta convinced me enough. Because originally I was going to just skip it. I was just going to not play it when everyone was playing that. I was going to keep doing Anthem or something.
We all do have another public beta to give it another shot and see if we're really okay. Is this what I want?
I do need to dip into that a little bit because the majority of what I played actually was on the PS4.
Mm-hmm.
When I visited my brother, we just used a PS4 code and played there. So I haven't had a chance to get a feel for it on the keyboard, which will be new for me this time around. Last time I was playing on the Xbox.
Right.
Need to get that muscle memory down. So that'll be cool. But no, man, it'll be fun with groups and squads for sure.
Can't wait. 8-player raids, guys. 8-player raids.
Oh, is it 8-player?
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
That's a new inclusion.
That's going to be noisy.
Felix, where you at, dude?
See, you would think that, but...
Did I go away? What?
But Final Fantasy 14 has 8-player raids.
Scoop the game.
Scoop it up. Scoop it up. Final Fantasy 14 had 8-player and 16-player raids. So,
sheesh, 16 player.
Dude, World of Warcraft raids back in the day, 20 players, 40 players. Can you imagine fucking 40 players in a room trying to organize and do one specific thing like we do in Destiny?
It makes me want to turn my desk over right now.
I don't have to imagine. I saw that Leroy Jenkins video.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was a 10.
Probably tame.
That was a 10
compared to whatever they get into.
What a rating. All right, man. You ready to jump into the news, boys?
Yeah, let's do it.
News.
All right, we're gonna hit these. All right, guys. Big news for the day. We're just gonna get it. We're just gonna rip the Band-Aid off.
Rip it off.
Activision Blizzard has let go over 800 employees due to restructuring. Restructuring. Okay.
If you're listening on our podcast,
he's doing air quotes.
I'm air quoting right now with my fingers.
Guys, can I take my gloves off? Can I take them off?
Dude.
Take them off. This is sickening in a way I cannot even believe to understand. I can't comprehend it. This is hot off the heels of last month. The CFO was hired with a signing bonus of $15 million. Now, people will point out quickly that it's not just $15 million in liquid cash. It is $15 million in stock options. I don't see how that is really any different when it is a nice shiny cushion for him to fall back on if he loses his job. That is straight up does not mean anything whether it's liquid or not liquid, stock options or not.
Liquid.
Exactly. Solid. Snake. Okay. Look, this is awful. I feel for everyone who lost their job. It's awful for the people who work there. It's awful for the fans who have loved Blizzard for so long. Because I believe most of the layoffs were for Blizzard's section. This comes also off the news of They scaled back Heroes of the Storm public events. All of those things, we did talk about those a few weeks ago. And the Blizzard that I grew up with is officially no more. I'm sure we all saw this coming when they merged in like 2012 with Activision, but it is honestly just really sad to me. What do you think? What do you guys think?
I don't really have a lot of emotion in this because I didn't play Blizzard games for most of my childhood. Right? I guess I don't really have an emotional.
Yeah, but you bought Diablo 3 on Switch.
I did.
It's a Blizzard game.
I'm
you
just
also have a job, which
you care about.
It's nice that you have that security.
No, I can empathize. I can definitely empathize with the people who are getting canned. I don't want the corporation or whatever that I work for to do the same thing. But like, I don't know, man. Like, it sucks ass, but that's like the defining goal of a corporation, to like maximize profits and lower the overhead.
I think the worst part about it is they're already profitable. A little bit of the articles that we've read before this podcast showed the balance sheet of Activision Blizzard, and over 2017, 2018, and the end of 2018, they had a net increase. About 9% of their revenue streams were increased.
Yeah, it's a strange move because, like you just said, and like the numbers show, they've been nothing but profitable. Now, we've heard them say things along the year, like that report. What was it, a year ago, or was it a little bit less than a year, when they first said that Destiny 2 wasn't as profitable?
Yeah,
as
they said they weren't re-engaging their full core of users. Yeah.
I don't know what the sales numbers were, but I think we did look them up at that point, and it was still like an insane number of units had been sold.
I think the most telling thing about that statement back then was Activision on their earnings call was saying, no, we're not happy with the performance, right? They're like, we didn't re-engage the full amount of players. But you go to Bungie and they're like, no. We love exactly where our game is right now. We love that everyone is so active. We love that everyone's they're engaging with us. We feel the presence. We know you guys are out there. We see you guys playing the game. To us, this is... I'm not saying we can't feed our families with you logging in every day or whatever. I don't know if that's the case or not, but
no, dude.
Nevertheless,
I think,
there is a net positive that they are getting from Destiny.
And I promise you, Activision was making the most money that it's made in a long time on Destiny, on Destiny 2. But like, they're comparing, in that specific case, the numbers they wanted were probably like launch month, September 2017 Destiny 2 numbers. And of course, when you make a game that's starting from scratch and brand new and dumbed down for anyone to be able to play and have a good, easy time, you're gonna have an insane engagement number. Yeah. They're not talking about the money that they're making, which is probably another insane amount. They're talking literally about the amount of people that were playing, and they're like, well, it's not the best.
But they look at those reoccurring players as, I'm just going to say, dollar signs. That's what they see.
For sure. Yeah,
and
for sure.
Destiny wasn't monetizing itself the way probably they wanted it to. They pulled back on the Tess Everest store a lot. After
Bungie did, yeah.
Up until Forsaken came out, they started pulling back on it, and it was very obvious they did, because I did not notice it as much at all.
It's like it doesn't matter how much Activision has and how they're being. If there's this number that they feel like they should be making, and I don't understand that concept.
The problem isn't that there's just a number.
More money?
It's not just a number; it is an ever increasing number. That never goes down.
Yes, correct.
Can I make a suggestion?
As for who, us or Blizzard?
I'm playing devil's advocate again.
Okay.
Just for a second. The only thing, because on paper it all seems heinous as fuck. But the only thing that I can think of is possibly a reason why they're off is because corporations generally think in projections. Like serious future projections, meaning they anticipate this is going to happen and this is going to happen 6 months to a year from now. Maybe there's some big fucking change in their corporate infrastructure or whatever. and that they are laying people off in anticipation of some fucking thing that they're not going to be able to weather as well. I mean, that's just a fucking guess.
You're right.
I mean, no way to know if that's right or wrong. It's not bad.
And honestly,
but it's just a way of thinking of it in a different light.
Evidence to the contrary tells me otherwise, because they had enough cash or stock dividends on hand to offer a new CFO the signing bonus.
Right.
And a high salary a year.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna run this by you. I know that's like not the biggest sticking point to this, because companies do this shit all the time. It's not just everyone
does
rewards the C-level executives at such a what's the word? Just the discrepancy between the payments with the workers and the C-level people are just, it's insane no matter what company you're looking at. But I ran the numbers on this. I divided 15 million by 800, right? If that amount of money, if you divided 15 million among the 800 people that were fired, each person could have gotten $18,750. And that executive would still be making $900,000 a year. So if they were in dire straits and needed to support people in some way, they had that cash that they could just give away. They could support their people, or they make other moves to keep the worker force and adjust the business in a different way. Because when you cut people, you're cutting actual production, right? You don't have enough people to literally do whatever it is.
It's pretty much literally the talent that makes your business work.
You're cutting talent. You're cutting creativity. The only way to grow is to have people that can make things for you and make things better. And if you just cut away, that's like, it's a shrinking mechanism. You know, like they might look at it as pruning a bush, but like, what's the next move? Like, how are you actually?
It's rather than pruning a bush. It's more like you're cutting off fingers, or you're cutting off like your hand at your wrist.
That I can imagine is that they're going to save money by doing this, but where are they investing that money besides other executives? Like, that's what I would love to see. Like, what's the positive?
Well, I can read you the quote from Bobby K himself. While our financial results for 2018 were the best in history, we didn't realize our full potential. To help us reach our full potential, we have made a number of important leadership changes. These changes should enable us to achieve the many opportunities our industry affords us, especially with our powerful owned franchises, our strong commercial abilities, our direct digital connections to hundreds of millions of players, and our extraordinary talented employees.
I just don't get it, man. Like, even dropping Destiny early and severing that agreement is a sign that they're cost cutting, because that was an investment on their end. So all of these actions point to someone who needs to like stop because they're going to run out of money, but they're not. I mean, the only thing that adds up is to Felix's point where they're not hitting their projections, and that really makes someone somewhere in a decision-making capacity upset.
Nervous.
I mean, it's really weird though, because he also says in that same paragraph, while our financial results for 2018 were the best in our history. Best in their history.
Well, I mean, they got to sandwich the bad news and the good news. So that's a spin, right? But it's not untrue.
No, it's not untrue.
I'm not defending them at all by any means.
But you're right. For shareholders, that's how you talk. You speak in that tone. Yeah.
So it's them ultimately. It's the people that own stock in Activision.
I'm a shareholder.
I sold all mine a while back, actually.
Yeah. How dare you, Felix?
Wasn't jiving with it.
It's so damn valuable.
What is it right now? I think I might actually have it on.
I don't even know. No, I don't know how valuable it is.
Let's see. What is their stock at as of?
Oh, it's 41.67. It's been like around 40 ever since I've owned it. So
yeah,
I don't feel bad about not having it anymore.
And they've been going up and down. Like the BlizzCon thing happened, and
but how does this increase the value of your stock? Because you're only taking away products and IP. You took away Heroes of the Storm investment. You took away those tournaments. You took away investment in Destiny. Hearthstone is a dying card game. Literally, the creator Ben Brode left and is on to doing his own other shit. Like, what are you actually doing to make your company better? Nothing. You're dropping IPs and you're cutting employees.
It's not like they're hiring new talent for new IP, or they're not gathering resources for new Blizzard games or Activision games.
Not only is it heartbreaking that all these people lost their jobs, it doesn't make any fucking sense from an outward perspective as to how the company is going to be better because of this.
And didn't they just unload Bungie?
Yeah, they unloaded Bungie.
That was what I'm saying,
That's
dude.
what he's saying, yeah.
Cutting all this shit.
How many people lost their jobs in that? Anyway?
Oh, no.
They actually...
That was a publisher...
developer
split up agreement.
So yeah, now Bungie's independent. So they're essentially just free from Activision's public...
maybe they split because they knew this was coming.
Well, I think like what Tripp said before was, Tripp said... essentially the Activision did not see it as a positive asset. It
wasn't making the money that they wanted it to make. But here's the thing, it's making you money, Activision, so why are you ditching it?
We right now on this podcast are painting a completely different picture of this company based on facts about this company than what that fucking dude said.
But we're also speaking from it. We're not financially invested in the company either. We are more invested in the art that they make, the products that they make for us.
No, I know that. Yeah. But what I'm saying is them dropping a whole company, dropping employees, not like really announcing anything crazy and fucking groundbreaking.
Yeah.
All of these facts point to a company that's opposite of his fucking statement. Like,
that's what I've been saying. Yeah, these are all cost-cutting and company-saving measures,
which tells me that, according to him, but that could be bull fucking shit.
No, you can't say that and have it not be true because you have to publish as results to DC.
Right.
Yeah. You have to. You can't just say that that's true and have it not be true.
You don't.
No, it was results. You can see the results year over year, and then like the final year or quarter of last year. But
I'm gonna guess that they're gonna do shitty next year.
Well, a lot of analysts, honestly, a lot of analysts have been projecting that a lot of these moves show that it seems likely that Blizzard and Activision don't have anything really to show for the next year.
Fucking turtling. That's what they're doing.
Look,
because like I was said before, the only way this is positive is if those people lost their jobs and the Bungie agreement was dissolved and all this shit was cut away to do something. That's the only way that this makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're not doing anything but paying their CFOs $15 million bonuses.
Look, 10 years ago, it would have been a different story. Guitar Hero was still popular. That was a very popular thing, along with Call of Duty. But right now, Activision coasting on Call of Duty and whatever they're giving Blizzard to work with, I don't know. I honestly don't know what the future looks like for them.
Diablo Immortal. That's what it is.
I know. I was literally just going to say Diablo Immortal. Whatever Diablo project they have. StarCraft seems dead in the water,
heard, I don't know who was telling me, but I heard from someone that they know someone who played the mobile Diablo Immortal, and they said it was amazing and tons of fun. So that could be a cool thing. It's actually happening. But publicly, how terribly that was perceived. Mm-hmm. And then Hearthstone, again, spiraling out of control. You kill Heroes of the Storm's tournaments. You cut out Bungie when the game is in the best place it's ever been, and it's probably making you money, but not as much as you'd want.
I wonder how World of Warcraft is doing. That's a great question.
What are your public-facing IPs? What are bringing people to you as a publisher?
We're underestimating
to
WoW.
Make you more money.
Are we underestimating WoW? I don't even know anymore.
The addiction of WoW.
Are we? But is that enough for them to justify cutting 800 people's jobs because they're making enough and they're going to double down on that?
Activision Blizzard is in the backpack of WoW.
Back to the backpack conversations here.
It's carrying them.
Here's what we're going to be paying attention to in the year coming up. What they're doing. There's got to be either something new, or they've got to increase the ability of one of their other IPs to carry their company. And look, I don't really care about Activision. I don't care if they die tomorrow as a company. But what was all this for? What was the point of ending these people's careers? I don't care if they're getting severance. I don't care if they're getting healthcare, because that doesn't guarantee that they're all going to get jobs. That shit's going to run out one day, and their C-level executives are still eating.
I think what bothers me the most about this is the industries, and not just the gaming industry, just industries in general, tend to view the workforce who train for these amazing positions to create the games that we love, and they're so willing to just toss them aside. And even though they're the ones that put in the hours and make the thing that we love great, it's that's the most hurtful part of the way they treat their people.
It's totally disposable.
And it's awful because I heard this phrase today. It was like, we like to burn and churn our workforce, burn them out, churn them over, get the next ones in. And I was like, wow, that's very awful. It's true and awful.
Dude, the game developer cycle of work seems to be.
It was something I read today during all this kerfuffle with Activision.
The game development cycle seems to be someone works for a AAA company for a couple of years, hates it, leaves, tries to make an indie game, doesn't go anywhere, gets burned out, and just like, I'm fucking done, man. And that process for the majority of people making games is so sad. Yeah. That's the cycle of where we're at right now.
But we want them to love it. We want them to make the thing that they see in their brain and give it to us on our screens. You know what I mean? Like we want them to be able to have that ability.
I know I'm an optimist in a lot of things in life, including,
I know I'm a pessimist in most things.
No, I know, but like, especially when it comes to corporate theory, I know a lot of people would fucking roll their say some of the shit in like a strategy meeting or whatever. But like, if you invest in the people that are making this shit, like if you really support them in their lives financially with proper salaries, at their benefits, with their work hours, like they're going to be healthier and better, smarter, more mentally capable. They're going to be able to make the shit they want to make and make it better for you. Like these expectations that these companies set are just they create this entire situation. Like release schedules drive this. I mean, to a certain extent, and I hate to say it, like we're part of the problem, the people that consume these games, because of some of the things that we demand, and then like a
demand a better share
crisis that we create sometimes, and then like that's taken into account by the companies. Like, oh, we can't let this happen again. We've got to like drive this certain result, or we got to get this update out, or fix this game in a certain way. I don't know, man. The entire cycle, the way it is right now, has to change in some way, and it's got to come from like a corporate developmental standpoint, or else it won't, or else it just won't change, and people are just going to get burned out, and industry's eaten up and consumed and absorbed, and then cut off to die.
I think we have a responsibility. This is me personally. I'm not speaking for the group here. I think we have a responsibility to be mindful of where we direct our support to. Almost. Yeah. And I preach this all the time in the fucking Discord, guys. I'm really sorry about it. It's something I'm very passionate about it, and I come off as kind of a dick sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of feel like a dick sometimes when I talk about.
Well, don't feel like a dick.
No, I mean, I know what you're saying, Neo, it's you can tie it into like supporting EA for Anthem.
Sure,
like it's a tough decision to make if you really want to be considerate about how they treat their employees and how they even treat people that buy their games.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm supporting the Rockstar sweatshop, so I'm good.
I mean, it's not just necessarily that. It's just like, we just have to understand that when we support these things, it is sending a message to the people who look at the numbers, and
and the message is, at the end of the day, the ends justify the means, because look how successful this was.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Which is why for me personally, Anthem, I'm very hesitant about. Like naturally, I'm like, look, Andromeda did not nail it. EA, definitely not the coolest company ever right now. They're definitely not hip with the kids. All right, I'm just going to put that out there. And you know what? Like, it's going to make me step back and go, Anthem, you gotta prove something first now. I can't just trust you wholeheartedly. Mass Effect 2 was great. I didn't play 3, unfortunately. I know there was a kerfuffle with that. Don't know about it, but I love 2.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know what you want me to tell you, BioWare. Like, what do you want me to say? You're with EA. Like, that to me is like, I don't want to be out $60 and look at weird eyeball animations again in Andromeda. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know
I'm being really funny about it, but like, I'm trying to be serious at the same time.
They made Saboteur.
Oh God, we're not fucking.
They didn't make a Saboteur. What was that? That was Pandemic, right?
Yeah, it was Pandemic.
Okay, like EA fucking killed Pandemic. So
I look at this, dude. Based on what you just said, my support for Anthem is towards BioWare.
You want BioWare to survive, yeah.
If Anthem tanks, which look, it may or may not, and it's not going to be the fault of the buyer.
Sure,
it won't be. It depends on how the game is.
Don't blame us. Don't blame us.
It really doesn't come down to what we make decision wise. But say the game is okay and it doesn't sell, like Activision literally said with Destiny 2, you know, it's not up to their expectations. BioWare might go away like other companies have gone.
I don't want to hear that.
It's a very real possibility. And that's because of the
'cause you're
position
right. You're
that
absolutely
EA is in, that Activision is in. They have power to, but all it's doing is just killing creativity. And then there's going to be like 2 studios that make games, and everyone just works for fucking Activision or some shit. And then no one else can get a studio going because they fucking have everyone.
Did I ever tell you? I don't remember the 2 companies, but I took an 8-day trip to Vancouver. Did I tell you guys this?
I think remember you going to Vancouver. I don't know what story this is.
I went up there for 8 days to visit a college. Got drunk for 8 days by myself. It was awesome. But at one point, I took the tram, because there's like it's almost like a elevated railway tram, not like an elevated.
Describe what a tram is to us? Like we didn't know.
No, but I just want you to be clear that it isn't like an elevated train that we have here in Philly. It's like a tram from Disney World.
Okay. Yes.
That's what it feels like when you're on it.
Monorail.
Okay.
I guess it's smart for the listeners. The number, I mean, the word made sense in
cool.
I got exactly what you meant.
I just wanted to clarify.
Gotcha.
So I took the tram out to the suburbs, and then I think I got on a bus to go to this college. And this college was like an art school, and they had a big, huge video game department, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were marketing to the kids who were leaving the college. I guess their motivation was to catch people as they were leaving after they graduated or whatever. But as you left the college, not on the way in, but on the way out, on either side of the street were 2 major companies. I know one of them was EA. I don't remember the other one. One of the other major ones. I recognized at that time both the names, but I can't remember at this point. But they had these competing billboards. Don't you want to work for us? Don't you, like that kind of shit, like making fun of each other all the way down this road, this main thoroughfare. That
like facing each other too the whole way.
It was like you look on the right side, it's like EA, sports, don't you want to make really amazing sports games?
Well, they have Montreal studios, don't they?
Yeah, they have the 2K sports games.
It doesn't even matter, but like right then and there, I saw the obscenity of their competition, like, and how they try to like basically, slum recruit like kids right out of like this art school to come in and probably work for shit to like maximize their profits, minimize their
work for shit, sleep under your desk because
this was a fucking art school.
But you have a job and you just went to college and here's a paycheck.
The kids coming out of there are not going to have high expectations of what their salaries are going to be.
No, they're just going to be happy to be employed.
Yeah.
Getting 20 grand as their first salary or 30 grand or whatever in Canadian is probably, something nice to start on, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I was out of college and I got 30, I don't know what that'd be American, but like, no.
But the billboard competition was the
30 grand American would be pretty cool out of college.
The billboard.
I don't know what money is. I don't fucking whatever, dude.
The billboard advertising obscenity was the thing that fucking pissed me off.
Yeah,
and like made
very in your face.
Never want to be a game developer. Never.
It's kind of like a weird thing that I ran into. I haven't had cable TV in a while. Like I haven't like watched cable television, but every so often I'll see it at a friend's house or something, and then I see advertisements on TV, and then I remember how like ads are. Like they're very it's really weird going back to like watching ads and stuff, and I'm just like, man, I'm
in the same boat. I don't watch any fucking TV.
Yeah. I mean, I watch like Netflix and stuff. I watch, but there's no ads in there. I just watch what I want to watch.
Hulu, even though you pay, punches you in your dick and shows you.
Yeah, they've been sneaking that shit back in there.
I have to watch them. They're fucking awful.
Drop Hulu very hotly.
I can't. There's just shit.
All right, you guys down for one more story?
It's
yeah. Sorry, did you want to wrap up this?
No. I mean, there's really nothing else to say. It's a shame that all these people had to lose their jobs. And I would hope that there is a silver lining. Like there's a plan. Maybe they can hire more people.
I hope.
In some capacity.
Honestly, I hope those 800 people, they get together and they start a company and they make something even cooler.
That'd be sick, man. That'd be incredible.
Like you get a Yooka-Laylee. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like do that.
Can I ask us to save whatever we're going to talk about for another week? Because I'm burning up here. Like,
oh yeah,
oh, you okay?
Yeah, guys, Felix is actually like really sick, and he's doing the show for you.
Like
listeners.
my whatever ibuprofen I took are off, and I am officially like.
Let's end it, man.
My skin is starting to burn up, and I really need to jump under covers and just kind of like take some ibuprofen.
No problem.
That's a fair point.
I think we hit on the big topic this week.
Yeah, that was a huge topic, man. That was a great
it had to be talked about for sure.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Felix, thank you though for doing this because I know you mentioned earlier you were feeling up to it. So like,
yeah,
you're such a trooper. I love you.
You're a trooper, man. 100%, dude.
I took ibuprofen.
The magic of Discord.
Or the magic of ibuprofen.
Drugs.
Modern pharmaceuticals.
Big pharma, big pharma, big pharma.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to sign off then. This is Neo Aoshi. Thank you for joining us. Episode 199 in the bag. You can find me at Twitter at Neo_Aoshi. Twitch, Neo Aoshi. No underscore. I'll probably be playing a lot of Apex Legends. We'll be playing some, what's the other game I'm playing? Division 2 Beta, that's right. Stay tuned for some of that. All right, hit it, guys.
This is Felix Hergood, twitch.tv/Felix Hergood, mixer.com/Felix Hergood. I do a Mitch chat where it's me and a bunch of Mitches, Mixer and Twitch together, just hanging out. We have a good time. I accept donations because I don't have Twitch affiliate. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, that's.
Show away, guys.
I don't know when I don't know if I'm streaming tomorrow and Thursday, which is my normal schedule, because I feel like absolute shit. Like I wasn't in work today, so.
Oh man, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I just.
I'm sorry, dude.
I don't feel really good at all. So we'll see what happens.
Well, go rest for sure, dude.
Yeah.
And this is Trip Zero. You guys can find me on mixer.com/Trip0TV. Twitter is the best other place to follow me besides Mixer. And it's the same thing, Trip0TV. I broadcast every day. Currently it's 12 to 8. That'll probably shift later because I'm trying to readjust with people that are playing so we can all squad up more consistently. Biggest thing to look out for is Anthem, of course. That'll be 5:30 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. And I'll be live then, going late-ish, back early on Friday, so it's going to be a good time. A lot of Anthem coming up.
Hell yeah, I'm very excited for that.
Good time, dudes. And make sure you join our Discord to hang out with all of us. That is discord.theemergentgamer.com.
Yes. Maybe. As of right now, yes.
As of right now.
That may change in the future.
We're shifting over our hosting websites and for our podcast, so a lot of things are in flux. So make sure you stay in touch with us.
The feed, for clarification, the feed already moved, so you don't have to change anything.
Yeah, if you just listen and don't give a shit about anything else, that's totally cool, and you're fine. So you're good.
If you originally listened on our website, that did not move. I did not move the domain yet. So there are 2 more episodes, and this third one that will not show up on Squarespace on the Emergent, theemergentgamer.com. So if you listen that way, then you're going to have to go find it in the future or download.
Will we have a redirect in the future?
Well, yeah. When I move the domain, I move the domain, I mean, it's not very hard. Some decision making we have to still.
Yeah, and I'm still moving the blog over, so that is definitely under construction.
Yeah. The new website is kind of under construction. I want to get more of our older episodes on there.
Yeah.
I want to kind of get some of the information didn't pass over, so I just want to freshen up.
We're in a building mode. I got a new layout going on.
Yeah, but otherwise, the website move is a good thing because we're able to acknowledge you guys more. We'll be able to know you guys.
Editing a show is unbelievably faster.
That's amazing.
The couple times I did it on Squarespace, it was so fucking convoluted.
Dude, I shaved off Trip because you have the experience of doing this.
I feel
if I showed everybody how to do it, I shaved off like 30 minutes from that process, dude.
It's huge. It's gigantic.
Yeah. All right. Let's end this, guys. I'll see you next week.
Thanks for hanging out. Peace out.
Peace. This is why launchers are bad, guys. All the launchers are bad.
By Chicago?
What?
No, Final Fantasy.
Is that a Chicago song?
By oh fuck! I just forgot his name. I feel awful.